Hello and welcome back to The Voice Within. Finally, I'm back with my microphone after 3 long weeks of sickness. My son got sick. First he got influenza. He was with very high fever. After him, I got sick. Then I got sinus infection. Then I got antibiotics. Then I was so crashed and so other word than saying destroyed, literally, mentally, physically destroyed with all of that sickness, with all of that medicines, that I didn't even had power to take microphone, to do the things which I love to do so much. I felt like my brain is dry. There is nothing in my brain. I cannot produce nothing. I cannot create nothing. I even went very low on social media. I didn't had that drive inside of me to create something, and it was so strange because usually this is what lifts me up. Usually this is what gives me that feeling of energy. Just as soon as I take microphone and I record something, I feel good because I let my voice out. But after this 3 weeks, it was very heavy. He was very sick and I was very sick. I'm still not fully recovered, still getting back. I don't know, for some reason, I felt completely depleted. And for the past few days, I'm sitting with myself and trying to find the topic that I'm going to talk about today, something that lifts me up, that brings me back that energy, that flow inside of me. And honestly, I was trying to record it for the few times and I couldn't find actually what is that topic, what is that thing that makes me back into my lane. So after few attempts to record this podcast episode, on the end I decided and I said to myself, okay, let it be just conversation. Let it be just me talking in the microphone with you. Let it be easy. Maybe it's because I was so sick and I made such a long break from podcasting. Maybe it's because, I don't know. It's just that sickness really got me mentally and physically. So let it be today, chill out. Let's just sit and talk without agenda, without the plan. Just let me share with you what is on my mind for today. Lately, I am thinking a lot about purpose, about life purpose, about that sentence, that idea, what is the purpose of all of this? What's the point of all of this? What's the point of life? And I'm not talking here about some dark place of losing the meaning of life or losing that spark of life. I'm talking about a really realistic thing. What is the point of the life if we don't find a way to give the point to the life? If I would remove religion, if I would remove something which my religion is teaching me, what is the point of life, what is the purpose of life, what stays is basically man-made reason of life. If you look in any sport event, if you look in any kind of event, somebody decided that that thing has some meaning, that thing means something. And then here we are, people all around the world are emotionally charged around that thing that somebody somewhere decided it means something. Every single thing around us, it functions in the same way. If you look into the brands, into the clothes, into the fashion, somebody somewhere decided that that thing is expensive, and here we are spending endless amount of money to have that thing, to feel like we are something or we are important in some way. And when you look into it a bit deeper, you can see that how ridiculous it is. How ridiculous it is to basically live life based on somebody else's rules about what is important and what is not important. And like I said, I'm not talking here about some dark place where we are losing the meaning of life, but actually about creating our own point of life. What is our own point of life? What is the point of all of this? Remove religion, remove what you believe that this life is meant to teach us or meant to do to us. Whatever is your belief, do you believe in something or no? Are you believing in God or no? Just remove that and look into your life from that zoom bird perspective and try to understand, if I would remove all the point of this life that somebody else assigned it, what would be my point of my life? Why am I here? Why am I doing this life thing? Why am I living it the way I'm living it? And am I living it based on somebody else's point of life? Am I living it in the way how somebody else told me that I'm supposed to live because everybody is doing it that way? Or I'm actually creating the meaning in my own life? Or I'm actually living the life on my own rules, as much as cliche this sounds? Am I actually creating my point of life? This is the point for me. This is why am I living my life. And maybe this wisdom is coming from my sickness, from days and days being stuck in a bed. I don't know, but I just wanted to share it today with you and spark a little bit thinking in you, a little bit different conversation, to start thinking about what is the point of life for you. What is the point of your life? Why are you doing everything you're doing? Yeah, we cannot jump out from this skin and go into some different skin and be somebody else. And even if you wish to do so, why you wish to do so? What is that in your life that you would like to jump out of your skin and be somebody else? But if you are okay with your skin, more or less, and you are doing all of these life things, why are you doing it the way you're doing it? What's the point of it? And while I was thinking and reflecting, what would be my point of life? What would be my reason to live? We always throw those sentences, my reason to live is my family, my priority is my family. But to be honest, often actually we don't live as per those standards. Often we actually sacrifice the most important things in our life for some other things because life. And this is not to judge anybody or to shame anybody, but it's just the truth of life. We always do it. We all do it. The family and our priorities, they are crucial part of our life. But there is so many things in our life which are important to us, which we often kind of are afraid to admit, because somebody else's point of life would make us feel like we are selfish in some way for having our own point of life, which is not directly connected with our kids and our family. So these days, while I was in my bed thinking about my point of life, what is the reason of all of this, I was looking back and reflecting on my childhood, on the way I grew up, on the way I experienced life and things, and how actually hard it was. From war that I survived like a 6-year-old child, it was always hardship. It was always the parts of my life which were making my life very heavy. I didn't really grow up in encouraging environment, and I was not even aware that I didn't grow up in that kind of place until I moved to some other place, until I became mother and I saw different way of being, different way of living. But when I look in all of my life, it's kind of marked with constant tension, constant hardship, constant pushing and doing and productivity and finishing, and I can do it myself, and don't stop, and then push and push. Now I'm in phase of my life where, apart from my main values, which is honesty, integrity, truth, grace, dignity, one posture or value in the life which I value the most is basically ease. And I am in place in my life where I search, integrate, and create ease in my life as much as possible. And I'm not saying here about ease where we are avoiding discomfort or we don't have problems, so everything is easy. This is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about intentionally creating ease when the life or life circumstances are hard. So for example, my son was sick, I was sick, we had even travel planned and we canceled all of it because of our sickness. And usually we would get very desperate in these moments. We would kind of curse life for what's happening and why is this happening to me. But I saw how much I was appreciating ability to create the ease in that moment, to just choose different thoughts, to enjoy that sickness as crazy as it sounds. Lay down on the bed, endless flow of tea, watching TV, snuggling with my son, doing literally nothing, piles of laundry, ordered food, appreciating family members, my husband, other support systems who are around us helping us to recover, and just making it so easy for myself. Without guilt, without shame, without justification, without that second thought in my head, oh, I have to finish this, oh, this is waiting for me, oh, I cannot be sick for so long. No, I can. The ease is something which I appreciate so much in my life right now. And while I was reflecting and thinking about my life and about everything, I saw how much I am protective now around that ease in my life which I created, where I don't allow people to destroy that ease in any way. And like I said, this is not absence of problems, of circumstances, of the things which are happening in our life without our influence or ability to change it. But how we perceive it, how we move inside of those circumstances is our choice. It's intention that we set how we're going to behave and how we're going to be in these certain moments. And apart from the ease, like a point of life, while I was stuck in that bed with my son and trying to recover, I realized that point of life for me is to create memories, intentionally to create memories. If you look at your life, if you look, let's say on this year, 2025, it's almost coming to the end, it's almost end of October, how many real big memories you have? If you would scroll through your phone and check your memories, maybe you will have 2 or 3 memories, 2-3 highlights of your life of the past year. This is what highlighted your 2025. All of those small things which are happening in between, all of those small moments, we kind of completely forget them. We don't reflect on them. Maybe if in the moment we took picture of it, we will remember while we're scrolling on the phone, but it's not really that much meaningful to us like those big moments, traveling or I don't know, finishing some school or the childbirth, those big moments which we considered huge memories. So what if our point of life would be actually to create more meaningful memories? Not meaningful in a way of only let's travel and only let's do the things which we can show off to other people who appreciate that kind of things. No, it's something for us. It's something where you scroll your phone on the end of the next year and you see that at least for every month you created one meaningful memory intentionally. While I was laid down with my son in that bed and I'm hugging him and we are sick and he's sick and I'm sick and it's sad and funny and all of it together and our nose is leaking and my husband is making us soup and family is helping and everybody is around us, I was like looking and thinking, oh my God, this is life. This is life. This is what means living. This is what means being supported. This is what means being loved. This is what means creating memories. And I clicked the picture of our table, messy table with thousands of cup of teas and things for fever and all of this mess on the table, and I clicked the picture of it to save it for myself to be my memory. That moment of connection, that ability to create ease and memory at the same time. And it's so precious. It's really so precious. And when you start observing your life in a way of, let me create more memories, let me create more things that have sense to me, that make point only to me, not because somebody else said that that thing has some point and we all supposed to appreciate it or value it, but because has point for me. This is my made point of life for me, to create ease, to create memories which last. One day we will be the memories of our children. As scary as it sounds, but it's true. So what kind of memories we want them to have about us, around us, about the experiences that they had with us? Can we be more intentional? Can we lead ourselves like the woman, like a mothers in our life, and really be grateful for those small things, small stuff that are happening in our life? Can we live with more intention, not intention that somebody else told us that it's supposed to be our intention for life, but something that we create? We lead ourselves, Let me create ease in my life. Let me make it simple. Let me make it simple even when the life is hard, even when it's complicated, even when circumstances are not supporting us. Let me find a way to make this thing easier for us, and let me create memories from it. Something that we will hold and cherish and remember and laugh to it, even if it was hard for us in that moment. So this was reflection this past 2-3 weeks for me while I was laid down in my bed and observing the life around me, observing ability and possibilities in that moment, what life gave me, what life I have created, and what more I can create when I move in my life with intention, when I'm actually paying attention on those things which mean something to me and only me, and not necessarily to anybody around me who is observing my life. So can you take this conversation today in your life and see what would be your point of life? What would be your point of life for you? What is that meaning that you can create that will be your driving force in your life? Not that something that somebody else said that you're supposed to be or do, not what society is expecting you, not what culture is expecting you, not what religion is expecting you, what you are expecting from yourself. What kind of flavor you want to create in your life? Is it ease? Is it love? Is it joy? Is it grace? Is it dignity? Is it what is it? And how can you create it more with intention? How can you center your days and your life to have more of that thing that means something to you? And in that way, you create actually more memories with intention, more things to remember. So once you come next year, on the end of the year, and you scroll through your phone, you have a lot of memory to reflect and to say to yourself, okay, I lived this year with intention. I lived this year with my own purpose, with my own meaning, and it feels so good. And then you look forward to the next year that is coming to do even more of the memories and more of the point of life and meaning of life in your own way. That's all for this week, for this simple chill out conversation between you and me while I'm still recovering from my sickness and getting back my voice and getting back my fire. And it's funny, as soon as I take microphone and let myself be and I just talk, I get that flow, I get that energy, and I'm smiling right now because I feel that urge to record even more, to talk even more, just when I allow myself to be easy, to be meaningful for me, for you, for us, not scripted, not planned, just easy, just simple. Conversation between you and me on the Sunday morning, conversation that means something to me and I hope will mean to you as well. Until the next week, I wish you beautiful and meaningful rest of the day. Bye.